They say the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. But let's be honest, how many people actually know how to do that? That's exactly why we created this video, to give you a clear, concise list of ways to invest in yourself that can truly shift the direction of your life. So let's dive in. Number 1, read for growth. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's right in front of you. Reading is one of the most underrated self-development tools of our time. But here's the problem. Most people were forced to read in school, assigned books, graded reports. And somewhere along the way, reading became tangled up with stress and boredom. The system accidentally trained us to hate what could have been our greatest superpower. So here's the fix. Read what you love until you love to read. Because once you do, something incredible happens. You start unlocking wisdom most people will never access. You'll realize that a single book can shift your mindset, your finances, your habits, even your future. You can scroll through 1,000 TikToks and still not come close to the kind of depth a great book can give you. Reading isn't homework, it's fuel for the next version of you. Number 2, find a mentor and talk to people. One of the most underrated ways to grow is also one of the simplest. Have better conversations. Talk to people from different walks of life, different beliefs, different perspectives. The more you expose yourself to how others think, the more you start to see the world in a fuller, richer way. But here's the trap most people fall into. They live in ideological bubbles. They surround themselves with people who think just like they do, watch the same content, vote the same way, and never challenge a single idea. It becomes an echo chamber, and echo chambers don't spark growth. Real growth happens when you're willing to listen, question, and even let go of old ideas to make space for better ones. And along this journey of meaningful conversations, something amazing can happen. You find someone who's a few steps ahead, someone who's walked the path you're just beginning. That's your mentor. And when you find that person, listen, learn, and lean in. Because few investments in life pay off like the wisdom of someone who's already been where you want to go. Number 3, surround yourself with high-quality friends. If there's one thing that will quietly shape your entire future, it's your circle. Your network is your net worth, not just in business, but in life. The people around you become your emotional safety net, your board of advisors, your reality check, your source of energy. When you're surrounded by ambitious, kind, honest people, you naturally rise with them. And beyond the professional perks, ask yourself, what's the point of success if you have no one to share it with? Great friendships aren't free. They require time, care, effort, and sometimes even money. If a friendship fades, it's because neither of you made it a priority. And when that happens, both lives are a little less full because of it. So invest in your friendships like you would your business. Stay connected, show up, be the friend you'd want to have. Because at the end of the day, your life is richer when it's lived alongside people who bring out the best in you. Number 4, travel far, really far. If talking to different people opens your mind, traveling to different worlds changes it completely. The farther you go, the more your understanding of life, people, and purpose begins to shift. A 10-hour flight doesn't just move you across the globe, it moves your mindset, because over there things aren't done the same way. Maybe karma shapes their choices, maybe their education is rooted in tradition, maybe their priorities look nothing like yours. And in that contrast, you realize something powerful. You're not the center of the universe. There's an entire world that's existed long before you arrived and will keep spinning long after. That realization, that's growth. That's humility, that's wisdom. Travel isn't just about new places, it's about new perspectives. And unlike most things you spend money on, travel makes you richer in awareness, empathy, and depth. So don't just go places, go deep, go far. Skip the Starbucks, ditch the comfort zones, let the culture shape you. Be a traveler, not a tourist, and your life will never be the same. Number 5, take courses and build real skills. If you want a better life, start by upgrading the one thing that defines it, you. Every skill you learn is like adding a new tool to your personal arsenal. The more tools you have, the more problems you can solve, and the better outcomes you can create. Want more income? Learn a high-value skill. Want better relationships? Learn how to communicate. Want freedom? Learn how to manage your time, your habits, and your mindset. And here's the best part, skills are yours forever. Once you learn them, no one can take them away. Still, some people hesitate. $15 for a book? $250 for a course? But think about it. We drop that kind of money on dinners, clothes, or subscriptions we forget about, and none of those will change your life. One course, one book, one idea, that's all it takes to unlock a completely new direction. That's not a cost. That's an investment in your ROI, return on you. The real question is, how much are you worth to yourself? Number 6, understand health and start building it intentionally. When we're young, we treat health like an unlimited resource. Late nights, skip meals, energy drinks at 2 a.m. We trade vitality for short-term productivity, not realizing there's a bill coming due later in life. Here's the truth. Neglecting your health is like borrowing from your future, and eventually, the future comes to collect. But the moment you begin to understand the ROI of real wellness, of quality sleep, clean nutrition, and movement that energizes rather than exhausts, you see things differently. You notice the power of operating at full capacity versus dragging yourself through the day on fumes. So, start small. Learn about your body, learn about your food, learn about your limits. Then invest your time, money, and effort into turning that knowledge into sustainable strength. Because when you're healthy, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Number 7, sell something, anything. If there's one life skill that teaches you more than any course, it's this: learn to sell. Selling isn't just about making money, it's about learning how to understand people. To sell anything, you have to figure out what others value, how to communicate, how to negotiate, and how to deliver on what you promised. That process, it rewires how you think. It builds confidence, it forces creativity, and it sharpens communication like nothing else. The best part, you can start with anything. A handmade bracelet, a digital service, a second-hand item, it doesn't matter. Because when you learn how to sell something, you're not just learning to trade value, you're learning how to create it. Number 8, optimize your environment. Your surroundings aren't just background, they're blueprints for your behavior. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. You lose time, lose focus, and operate in constant catch-up mode. But when you take control of your environment, everything changes. Your time becomes more intentional. Your actions become more efficient. It's not about perfection or minimalism, it's about intentional order. Know where your tools are, know your routines. Create physical and digital spaces that support the person you're becoming. The truth is, many people stay stuck in environments that sabotage their potential. They mistake chaos for creativity and wonder why success always feels out of reach. So start with your desk, your closet, your digital life. Bring order to one small space and then expand outward. Because when you bring structure to the external, something powerful begins to shift within. Number 9, teach something, even if you're still learning it yourself. Here's a little known secret about mastery. If you really want to understand something, try teaching it. Most of us hated being forced to present in school because we were taught to memorize instead of understand. But real teaching, the kind that sticks, requires clarity, logic, and empathy. It forces you to break down complex ideas into something simple, human, and true. And that process is where the magic happens. When you teach, you're not just helping someone else grow, you're solidifying your own knowledge. You're organizing scattered ideas into frameworks. You're cementing understanding into something deeper, something that stays with you. Whether it's showing someone how to edit a video, explaining a financial concept, or mentoring a beginner in your craft, teaching turns information into wisdom. Because when you teach, you don't just pass on knowledge, you become the knowledge. Number 10, build an income stream that doesn't depend on you. Now let's talk money, and specifically how to stop working for it. If you want to invest in yourself, don't just learn skills. Learn how to buy back your time. Because as long as you're trading hours for dollars, your freedom is capped. Your energy is limited, and your wealth is tied to your schedule. But here's the shift. Once you build a second income stream that runs without your constant input, everything changes. It might start small, a blog, a product, a digital course, a dividend-paying stock. But if done right, it grows quietly in the background. And the key? It has to be independent of you. Otherwise, you've just created another job with a different title. If you're serious about building income that frees you, we recommend starting with these 3 books. The 4-Hour Work Week for rethinking time and automation. The $100 Startup for turning skills into simple businesses. The Parable of the Pipeline for understanding long-term wealth flow. Read them, digest them, and then build something that pays you while you sleep. Because when your money works for you, you're finally free to work on yourself.
Number 11. Expose yourself to art and creative ideas regularly. Most people underestimate the power of art. They look at paintings and see price tags. They glance at sculptures and think, who has time for that? Meanwhile, their creativity is slowly fading into the background noise of everyday life. But here's the thing, creativity breeds value. And like any muscle, it only grows stronger the more you use it. Exposing yourself to art, whether it's design, architecture, music, or even storytelling, is like turning up the dimmer switch on your imagination. The more creative brilliance you surround yourself with, the more your own light begins to shine. Art teaches you to see patterns, connect dots, and ask better questions. It shows you beauty, chaos, history, and emotion, all in a single moment. If this resonates with you, here's your creative homework. Watch Abstract, The Art of Design and Chef's Table on Netflix. Yes, it's technically TV, but the creativity, the vision, and the passion in these shows will move you, and you won't look at your own craft the same way again. Number 12. Upgrade your tools. Invest in better equipment. This one's as straightforward as it gets. Better tools lead to better results. If you're serious about improving your craft, whether you're a creator, a coder, a designer, or a builder, then your gear matters. High-quality tools save time, increase output, and elevate the quality of your work. In the early stages of your journey, try to reinvest at least 70% of your income into gear that helps you work faster or produce better. These tools aren't expenses, they're investments. They pay for themselves in speed, performance, and opportunity. And don't hesitate to spend a little more on the right things, because every hour spent fixing something that could have been avoided is an hour lost forever.
And finally, number 13, practice introspection and stop saying yes to everything. This one's different. It's not about money, it's about you. We live in a world of endless distractions and constant demands, but the real growth, the quiet, powerful kind, comes when you turn inward and start asking the hard questions. What's holding you back? What wounds are you still carrying? What baggage are you dragging into every new experience? Introspection is like spring cleaning for the soul. You go inward, not to dwell, but to understand, release, and heal. Because the moment your worries shrink down to only what's in front of you, not what's behind, you'll feel something incredible, peace. And once you've done the inner work, protect your progress. That means saying no to what drains you, no to what doesn't serve you. Stop saying yes to things you hate just to please people who don't value your time. You don't owe anyone your peace, but you do owe it to yourself to protect it. So, after hearing all 13 ways to truly invest in yourself, the real question is, how many are you actually doing? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear where you're at in your journey. And if you made it all the way to the end, consider this your sign. You're not just watching videos, you're building a better version of yourself. This is Sphere of Socialites, and as always, we'll see you on the inside.